Welcome back. Thank you guys for tuning in today to another episode of Let's Make a Deal. Today we have with us Mr. Guest, Derrick Michaud. Derrick, how are you doing?
So good to be here.
Well,
I can't wait to win something.
Yes, absolutely. Are you ready to make a deal?
I am ready to make a deal right now.
All right. Well, look, you were called down from the audience, and you know right now you have $50 in your pocket.
I do?
Yes, and you have a choice. Now, you can keep that $50.
Okay.
Or you can choose behind what's behind curtain number 1, curtain number 2, or curtain number 3.
I'm going curtain number 2. Number 2. Let's go number 2.
Curtain number 2. All right. Well, let's just first look and see what you got behind curtain number 1. If you would have chose that one, you would have gotten some supplements from Galactic Subs.
Ooh, oh man, that's what I wanted too.
Yes. Well, let's see what you would have gotten if you would have chosen curtain number 3. You would have gotten some coffee.
Oh man.
Oh, that's specialty coffee.
I already had a cup, so that's not huge. That's not a huge loss.
Well, let's see what you did get. So everybody, look behind curtain number 2. It is a cannonball. Let's go!
Yeah! Woo! It's what I've always wanted.
Yes. That's nice. I'm working on my game show stuff, dog.
I think that skit went pretty well.
Do you think my voice would match? I feel like I'm a blend between Bob Barker and Drew Carey.
I thought you did very well. You passed the audition.
Oh, nice.
Welcome to the show, everybody. This is Cannonballing Life. And who's sitting across from me? The one, Coach Camp from MotivateWithCoachCamp.com.
And I have Mr. Derrick Michaud from SRP Studios LLC.com.
Hey, y'all can talk to us.
You can. How would they do that?
By going to cannonballinglife@gmail.com. Hey, there's a positive platform out there called Positive Voices on Facebook. Right. Tell us about the group. What is this?
Well, it's just somewhere you can go and say something nice about something.
Very nice.
I like that idea.
The link is in the description. It is Coach's new group that's grown. It's probably close to 1,000 people.
We're over 900. Hey, look, join in. Let's get to that 1K.
Hit the join group button.
I like it. And you know what? If you wanted to help us out, throw us a couple dollars. There's a way you can do that. You want to know how?
I would love to know how.
All you got to do is go to Motivate with Coach Camp Venmo and drop $1.
I love it.
$1.
And as always, that link is in the description.
Absolutely.
So we got a lot of things to cover today.
We really do, man. Talk about it.
Man, we're going to talk collectibles, competition shows, these crazy competition shows that you want to talk about that you've seen out there on the ESPN channels. I want to give a little update on some of my stuff like Thrive Entertainment and this new thing I'm a part of called Kiss-tory.
Oh, nice.
Kiss-tory.
That's right.
Think Kiss history.
Can't wait to meet
the band Kiss.
Oh, Kiss. Oh,
but today we're going to start with something because we're supposed to go to the end of the song.
Yeah, well, we're there now.
Almost.
Yeah. We were skirping.
Just a tiny bit of filibustering, mumbling filibustering
at the end.
You're the one I need to talk to.
That's what's behind curtain number 4.
In radio, it's called hitting your post.
Oh, okay.
Dude, we almost landed it. We almost hit the post without fumbling.
A lot of planes have almost landed it, and they didn't recently. I'm just saying. There's been that, too. So there's a lot of things going on.
I think that was the most elaborate intro we've ever done for the show.
Could be. We did have a raccoon once.
And it was fun.
Yeah.
And went that direction because the first topic you want to talk about are game shows.
That's correct.
But first, I want to give people a glimpse of how we work. So, Coach comes with this idea.
All right.
You mentioned it a while back, but I was like, not today for whatever reason. You bring it up today, and Coach proceeds to tell me my part, all the words I'm going to say. And then he's the contestant, and he's going to say far less words. But while you were
giving you the idea,
I was like, the whole time, I'm going to let Coach, in my brain, I'm thinking, I'm just going to let Coach exhaust his idea and then tell him that he's taking that role. Oh. Because it would be way funnier you doing it. Yeah. There's no way I could have done what you just did.
I think you could have.
No.
Well, you got words?
I was a much better contestant because I just had to act silly excited.
Yeah. Well, then you did do a cannonball.
I did.
Right on point.
Yeah,
Right on
it was
point.
fun.
That was good timing there. Posted.
Welcome to the show, everyone.
Yeah.
It's another fun week. We're recording this on Wednesday the 16th, a couple days before publish. Happy to see you, Coach. I always love having you in here.
Same.
You know, we're good friends, y'all. And
We
we talked probably for, 45 minutes before starting here, just
All
catching
the
up
time.
on things.
Yeah.
It's always fun to see you. Anyway, let's talk game shows. Why do you want to talk about game shows?
Well, first of all, have you ever heard of, there's this woman, Alicia Camp. Have you ever heard of her?
I've heard of her a few times.
have.
Just had lunch with her. And
flinging that nasty fly swat around.
Yep, that's her.
So, yes, thank you for taking me to lunch last week. And your
Can't go
wonderful
wrong there.
wife, Alicia,
Can you
showed up.
quit flinging that nasty fly swat around?
She was there.
Very pleasant.
She's the one that actually came up with this idea of let's make a deal. So like I sit at the house sometimes, just so you guys know, full disclosure, and I will actually kind of try to think about what's kind of a clever, funny intro to the show because, you know, you got to capture people's attention. And she's the one that came up with the idea. And I'm like, all right, well, let me chew on that. And then almost immediately, she's offended. She's like, well, fine, you ain't got to use it anymore. I was like, no, girl, slow down. You got to give me a minute.
It's okay, Alicia.
Let my brain work.
Hey, no, that means she's paying attention.
Well, it does that. But then it was like, I guess she was offended. I wasn't like fist pumping. I'm like, you don't understand how this brain
was
works.
she hulking up?
She did hulk.
She
did
hulked
hulk for
up.
a second. Yeah. Plus, she could have been hangry.
I can't picture Alicia hulking up.
Well, if she's hungry,
She's so quiet. And
get between
sweet.
her and a cheeseburger when she's hungry, and you're gonna find out, bro. I'm just saying.
He just said that, Alicia.
I did. She knows.
Get between you
And a cheeseburger.
and a cheeseburger.
Womp womp. So she had brought this up, and full disclosure, okay, growing up, and if anybody's a Gen X, you probably relate to these comments. Not so much Gen Z, and then what do they even call the generation coming behind Gen Z?
I don't know that one.
Gen XYZ. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyways,
I mean, Z's the last one.
for so
last
far,
letter.
I guess that's the end of the. Well, this is it, boys. Civilization ends after this one. So the point is, they had like cell phones and they got all their little scrolls. So they probably don't watch
Their scrolls.
scrolling up. So they probably don't watch TV entertainment like I did growing up.
Oh,
So,
God, no.
So
No.
game shows
yeah.
was a staple of the family, right?
Mine here.
And two of the ones that we watch still routinely at the house when we can. Because understand, Price is Right's at 10 a.m. Central Time through the week.
Yeah.
Not so easy, but they do have like Celebrity, Price is Right and stuff that airs at 7 o'clock at night and stuff. So we will watch that. Now, here's what I got to tell you. I'm the star of Price is Right. I have won so many showcases. You guys just don't even know. Like, I'm on point with my prices. Now, obviously, I don't get to physically perform the things. Like, if there is like some kind of talent, Plinko or something, I don't get
Plinko.
Yeah.
Love
you don't get to do
Plinko.
Plinko, you know. The
I
putt
can't
game,
wait to talk about Price is Right.
Hole or one or two, you know, that one. So I can't do
And
that.
Bob Barker would sink it.
Every
and
time.
the place would erupt.
Yeah, absolutely. So, and Bob Barker was a dirty man. That man was
I
kissing. He had so many
love
kissing.
Bob Barker.
Got a lot of kissing going on.
Yes.
A lot of kissing. Now, not as much as Richard Dawson. You remember him?
I do.
Richard Dawson was
I
on
do.
a Family Feud.
Family Feud, which
and that man required lip contact.
Yeah.
I mean, there was a lot of herpy going on right there. It's
Smoking on the show.
It's just rogue.
Can you picture a host of a game show now smoking
Could
a
you
cigarette?
Imagine smoking a cigarette and smooching on your 14-year-old. I'm like, what is going on? Call somebody.
It's all in the family, but it's a game show.
I know.
It's that kind of like level of like, oh my God, I can't believe they got away with that.
I know. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy. And so
But
then
Price is Right, man. I'm chomping at the bit to talk
I'm
Price
bringing
is
it back
Right.
to you.
Yeah.
And the other one that I just wanted to say that is our is Wheel of Fortune. And I will tell you this. And so this kind of also led into me thinking about it. So I watch Wheel of Fortune all the time. I'm not great at Wheel of Fortune. However, Alicia Camp is great at it. She can solve those puzzles, bam, bam, bam. And she takes pride in it. And she's competitive. She gets mad if I get it before her. So like that kind of moment. Not like, but like, oh yeah. And so that's our thing at the house. But I got to say this. I have a man crush.
Oh, I did not see this coming.
Ryan Seacrest. I fashioned myself to be a decent entertainer, and I love to commentate. You know, I narrate stuff, and I will Q&A people with different interviews.
Yeah.
And I really try to home in on that craft. Man, he's so good. So good. Pat Sajak kind of corny. He's kind of like that old dad that everybody just kind of like.
So
that's
Ryan
not fun.
Seacrest is hosting Wheel of Fortune.
He
now.
is. He's the new guy. Like Drew Carey took over for Bob.
Wow.
Ryan's doing the Wheel of Fortune.
That dude continues to get the big iconic gigs,
and
doesn't he?
And like he's been with American Idol for 47 years or whatever.
But also just all the channels, all the stuff he's done.
It's true. But he's just,
That's
I just wanted to
remarkable.
point out, he is top notch, grade A, spot on, just knows how to flow and play off a person's comment and
Good.
witty.
Hey,
I love it.
If it's great, it's great.
He's great, man.
That's
I'm just
awesome.
saying, he's great.
And Vanna White's still there?
Vanna White's still there. She's 231. They just celebrated her independence. Yep. She still looks great. She still looks great.
Man, putting her out there like
Yeah,
that.
she's all right, though. She's very healthy.
Yeah, I'm not good at Wheel of Fortune either.
Yeah,
Not good.
it's not my thing.
Not good. And I always liked Pat Sajak too. He had a way of him. He was like low key sarcastic sometimes.
He was.
I loved it.
He was, and he was manipulative.
Yeah.
Like if a person could spin the wheel, because there was some like letters, I'd be like, "You got such and such and such and such. Would you like to spin the wheel, or you want to solve?" And they'd be like, Pat, I want to solve. I'm like, he just conned you right into that.
He
thing,
led
man.
you right
got
into it.
$2 on your board. You should have spun again.
Yeah. But Price is Right.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I grew up on it to the degree that it was sort of like an alarm clock for me in kindergarten.
Interesting.
So at least when I grew up, the school I went to, and I think all the kindergartens in my area did this, where you did half day. And I was afternoon. I would go to work.
In kindergarten, life was hard in Maine, boys.
Yeah, that's right.
You got to go milk the cows.
I got to organize those lobsters.
Yeah.
I would go to school in the afternoon. So I would watch Price is Right every day up to, if I try to get this right, or up through the first wheel spin. And then I had to get ready for the bus.
It's funny that you have it so broke down.
Yes,
Like it. Yeah.
because it was just, I mean, it's the time, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that was my schedule.
Sure.
So I could catch the first half of Price is Right, in essence, and then that was my cue to go to the bus.
That's awesome.
And but then even then, of course, sick days. Oh man, I got to watch every day and
Locked
all
in,
day.
baby.
Summertime, I watched. So I would watch Price is Right during the summer. I'd be like, I can watch the whole thing now. Loved the Price is Right. Loved it. All
too.
the games. Yeah, when Plinko came around, that was a big deal.
Big deal.
Let's talk about some of the other games where they punch the plastic tubes.
Oh, yeah.
The golf, like you said. Oh, the mountain climber.
I'm so good at that one. I'm so good at that one because you just pick a price that makes sense, $25, $35, whatever. Because it's always like a 5 or a 0 usually.
Yeah.
It's not going to be too much off of that.
Yeah.
And the clock game. Or you're like $5.99 and it goes higher or lower, you know, and then I could nail that so fast.
That's right. There's that one.
And those people would be like $5.99 higher, $800 lower, $5.99. What? You just said it.
And I love when they show the prize. You're going to be playing for this. It's not like, let's make a deal and you're guessing. It's like, this is what you're playing for. A new car. And you look back on it. And it's like a 1980 Chevy Chevette.
I know.
Like,
price is $2,500.
It might have an AM radio in it.
Yeah. But you know, that would almost be so vintage. It would be valuable if somebody had that and could prove you got it off the Price is Right in 1991.
Yeah.
I don't know.
At a value of $1,500.
I know, man. It's so good. And it's funny because when I was on the fire department, you know, I would be off 20 days a month unless I was working overtime. And during the day, if Alicia saw it was 10 o'clock or between 10 and 11 and she's at work, she knows if I'm at the house on my days off, I'm probably watching Prices Right.
Yeah.
And like every once in a while I would post like, today I want a car, 2 stoves, whatever. And then one time I did that and the person's like, are you for real? You really in Prices? Like, no, that's from my living room. But I won them because I knew how to play the games. Now, fun story, 2013, we go out to San Diego and I do a race, you know, doing marathons for 25 years. And we do a trip to LA. We go up to LA for the day. We go to a Dodgers game. And while we're there, I try to get on the Price is Right. And I go down to the area. And you don't know if you know this, but you have to stand outside the studio in a long line. And they come around, they interview the people, and they pull people into the audience that they think is going to have energy and be funny.
You would be.
I had it all planned.
You would be up there bidding.
Yes.
first round.
I knew that I could get in and go down to the thing. And that week they had taken a week off from filming.
Oh man.
All that preparation.
I think you should try again.
I would try again.
I've
been denied a couple times and stuff like
man,
that.
to see you on The Price is Right.
I'd love it.
I would cry.
I would
out
cry.
of just joy and happiness and craziness and how am I living this life that my good friend is on The Price is Right.
It's so funny. When I was in the Air Force, a person actually won their showcase and were selling their items online back in the day. Of course, this was years ago. They'd won like a moped and some other things. I tried to get on the David Letterman show in New York. We did the same, and we got in line, but we actually waited in line, I bet 8 hours.
Yeah.
And we were 4 or 5 people back from being let in.
To be just the audience member.
Just to be the audience member. Because you know they let them in for free.
Yeah.
Well, I guess there's probably some other kind of way that they have audience members, but then you can wait in line, and then they fill it up from there. Price is Right's got a smaller studio now.
Man, I don't want to veer too off because I want to go back to Price is Right, but I went on a college trip to New York. I went to a communication school up in Bangor, Maine, and we went to New York, and we got a chance to go to the Conan O'Brien show when he was after Leno, that show.
Yeah.
It was awesome. We could do a whole segment on that experience, but The Price is Right. Is there anything more exciting than the wheel spin? I mean, to this day, it's just this natural thing in us that the anticipation of the number that wheel is going to stop on.
Oh,
it's
no doubt about it.
so simple.
Yeah.
But it's so exciting. And it's still this old, it's a literal wheel. They have
weenie-fied it.
It's a whole contraption,
They've weenie-fied it for the crowd. Now, if you don't get it all the way around on your first spin, they cheer them on to get it the next time. Used to boo them. Now that's just two people too sensitive.
Oh my God.
Boo them.
Because you
boo Grandma.
So they still give you a second chance.
They give you a second chance. But they used to boo you if you didn't get it.
Yeah, because now
everybody's so sensitive.
Yeah.
And I get it. Maybe
go back to the Family Feud.
Exactly.
I mean, okay, I understand not kissing women on the show. I understand
like
not smoking.
Title VI or something.
The touchy-feely, absolutely. But come on, can we still have fun and boo and rib each other? Man. Come on.
It's so bad. I know. I hate that part. Well, I do like this, though. Whenever they get to the showcase and they're bidding on the big showcase, now they've tightened it. You have to be within 250 or less of your showcase to win a double showcase. That's tight. That's a tight window. But it is always fun to see one of the people like that loses or whatever shaking the hands of the other person, not sour grapes up there. So that part I like. Yeah. I do like that. I don't think you should be like berating, but man, boo somebody, don't spin the wheel around unless you're 104. And you just can't
have fun. That's what you're there for.
It's the whole thing. But game shows, man, I love them. That's one of my favorite things.
Yeah, I think we had the Game Show Network growing up. I watched Card Sharks.
Oh, man, I watched Card Sharks from the 80s, too. Yes.
The Double Whammy show. What was that one?
Wheel of Fortune. Oh, no. Press Your Luck.
Press Your Luck.
Dude figured that thing out and won like, I don't know, $300,000.
Well, there's a documentary on Netflix.
Documentary on that guy.
And Price is Right.
Oh.
See, I got another documentary I'm going to throw your way.
Price is Right. I saw the one
it's about a contestant that cracked the code.
On Price is Right?
As a contestant, yeah. I got to find it for you.
I did see a YouTube thing where a guy guessed the exact price of everything.
Well, I don't know if this is that same guy, but let me know when you're done with The Last Dance.
Finished it the other day.
Okay, another one's coming your way.
All right.
So I derailed. Sorry.
Yeah, it's all right, squirrels.
So what were we saying?
We were talking about squirrels.
Card Sharks, Press Your Luck.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the guy cracked that code. Hollywood Squares.
Never got deep into that. Did do the pyramid show for a while.
Oh, so $25,000 pyramid?
Yeah,
or
and it grew in price over time.
I think maybe early on it was $15,000 pyramid. I can't remember what it was. Loved the pyramid.
It's funny, I never got into Jeopardy because I don't think I knew very many answers. So I'm like, screw this game.
That's funny.
There's too many hard things. I don't know any of that. So I don't know what French writer from 1750 did a.
So because of the Game Network, it gave you a lot of older games too. And man, I used to watch the Newlywed Game all the time.
Love this. My cousin Selena, shout out Selena, what up, dog? In Oklahoma.
Yeah.
When she got married way back in the day, she was her first marriage. She was married to a Marine. They were stationed right outside of L.A. Right when they first got married, they not only went on the Newlywed Show, the very old one, but they won it. They won the whole thing. Got like a washer and dryer.
And they were newlywed.
They were newlywed. They just got married.
That's cool. And there's a lot of funny clips from that out in the internet.
They used to be dirty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They would lead with a question that kind of
edgy.
It just pushed you in a certain direction.
Yeah, they could be questionable.
And sometimes even a true, honest answer worded in such a way that it sounded funny.
Sounded naughty. But
those were the writers. The writers knew exactly what they're doing. I mean, look at Family Feud now with Steve Harvey, which that's a whole other segment, how much I love Steve Harvey.
Oh, he's so funny. I laugh out loud every time I watch him.
But
so good.
But the questions they come up with, you know, they're all leading you in directions that are supposed to be funny and edgy and a little sexual innuendo.
Yep.
At least they still do it.
And they do. And it's funny whenever you see like that little frail mom that's maybe 70 giving a naughty answer. And all the family's like, what just happened?
Like using an extreme word for the male anatomy.
Young too, y'all.
But like using like male anatomy. But like the street ones.
Yeah. So that's what
the street words.
So you're tapping in, right? Exactly. The street words, the explicit ones, the ones that might be in a rap song.
Right.
So that's the beauty of this. This is why I wanted to bring this up. It's just, I think it's something that's Americana in my opinion. Now, I can't speak to the new generation. I don't know what they watch or what they like, but I'm just saying, my daughter is exposed to Wheel of Fortune every night, and during the summer, like
Does
you
she
said,
like it? Or is she just passive?
She's exposed to it. I think she's mostly looking at her phone when it's on.
It's in front of her.
It's in front of her. But then, and in the summertime, if I happen to be sitting in there at 10 o'clock and she's downstairs, which is rare also, but if those things happen, she's exposed to Prices Right. Now, like if I'm off work, I have it on, but I'm also usually doing things in the house, but I'm listening. And then whenever something is kind of a good thing, I'll stop and pay attention.
Yeah.
Those are good times.
I've dropped out completely on video games, unfortunately. You know, VH1 a long time ago had a music version of Jeopardy, rock and roll Jeopardy. And that was great. Did not last long. And I was bummed about that. Had Dan Patrick as the host.
I remember something about that.
Yes.
I do remember that.
It was great.
Yeah. Yeah.
Was it Dan Patrick?
Well, I felt like it was. I want to go with it is. That's my final vote.
He would have done a sports one, though. I can't remember, but there was a music one. It was awesome. Sorry if I'm getting the host name wrong.
It's okay. The host,
but it didn't last long. It went away. It just went away, and I was
so
bummed about it.
They had a baseball Jeopardy. I'd have crushed that. You know, another game that I just thought about that I loved. It was family. It was the family would sit down. Mom, dad, everybody was. There was two of them. Let's Make a Deal, and God, what was that question one? Oh man, where you had a lifeline, and then you could do a 50-50 to break down the question.
Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
That's it. Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
Oh yeah.
Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? And Let's Make It. Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Where they sat at this chair and they would ask a question.
Oh yeah, it was
that's the one.
The host. Come on. What's his name? The host.
Man, I can't picture.
He had the morning show with that lady.
That lady and that guy were there. Both of them were there together at the same time. They were cannonballing.
Filibuster for us. I'm going to look this up.
Okay.
Why I cannot get this guy's name is ridiculous.
So in honor of these game shows, I have at many times in my classroom put a version of that in there for teaching purposes, which is something that I also find educational. Yeah, whether it is you win like extra time off, like you can leave 15 minutes early, something like that. We will put those kind of little competition shows. And do you know that brings out the best in students?
I train wrecked this show.
You did?
Because I asked you to filibuster.
Yeah.
What I should have said is talk to the audience, because I didn't hear a word you just said to me. So I'm looking for this information.
So what this is,
that's when you have co-producers in the back.
Yeah.
Finding this information for you.
So what's funny is you just had a moment where it's like I'm at my house. My wife, my son, my daughter. I have a whole conversation all the time. They're like, I don't hear nothing he's saying.
Regis Philbin.
Oh, yeah. I remember
Regis.
Riri.
Regis.
Yeah, him and Kathy Lee Gifford.
I don't know if he was the first winner, but there was a legendary winner that...
there was a legendary winner.
That got to the very end, last question, and he had phone a friend left. and he called his dad, and only to tell his dad he was going to win.
I'm about to be a millionaire. I remember that. It's iconic.
Yeah.
That's the way to do it, man.
Yeah,
that's the way to do it.
good stuff.
But you know, on the Wheel of Fortune, they have the $1 million opportunity now. You know about this? And there's been a couple winners now. So when they're spinning the wheel, there'll be $1 million wedge.
But it's
a small, thin wedge.
Yeah.
And now here's all the things that have to happen to win this. Has to land on that. You have to solve that puzzle to keep that with you. Then you have to never get bankrupt through the whole show after you have it. And then you have to win against the other two people to go to the prize puzzle. And then you have to spin the wheel. It has to land on the $1 million card.
Holy smokes.
And then you got to answer the puzzle.
I mean,
and there's been a couple of winners.
Really?
And if I did that, I'm like going straight to buy some lottery tickets.
I mean, those shows must have been electric, though, with the audience erupting over that stuff.
It is crazy.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
Well, look.
Talk to me.
We got to cover some other things here.
Let's do something else then.
Let me be real quick on a couple things.
On that one. Yeah.
So Thrive Entertainment, I had my first DJ.
Oh, tell me about that. Yeah.
Had my first gig at DeSoto Family Counseling Center back on the 11th, Saturday the 11th, the 12th. And it was their mental health awareness day or mental health day. And they just had a food truck, a Italian ice truck, and a bouncy house in their parking lot. They have a big parking lot. And then they were doing a raffle, and then they had all these booths with different forms of simple art you can do that are good coping skills for certain ailments, right? Like rock painting, stitching, you know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Just different things.
Doing those things.
And then they had a DJ.
Who? I wonder who the DJ is.
DJ Thrive, baby.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
What was your first song?
Okay, I'm going to get to that.
Okay, good.
So, but for some context, very, very close friends with the owner. So shout out to Anthony Wood and his wonderful wife, Amanda Wood, partner in crime there. She's just as much of the business as him. And he knows my journey, and he knows about this new business. And we just agreed. He's like, dude, come to the thing. Just set up.
Yeah,
because I told him, I'm like, I'm doing something for the Arts Council. I'm doing something for Palmer Home for Children, And he's like, dude, he's like, I have this thing in 2 weeks. Come, just bring your stuff. And so then it turned into be the first gig ever for a very close friend.
Did you get any video of this?
Yes.
Good.
So my wonderful, beautiful girlfriend, LaShawn, was with me, helping me set up, and took some video of moments where I would get on the mic and promote said vendors and art booths and the raffle, and every 20 minutes I'd get on the mic. So I play a few songs, and then I'll get on the mic and play this. I played this music right here.
That's funky.
You know, and then just sit and spend a minute or two talking about something or pushing this, pushing that, pushing this, and then back into the music.
Hey, I got a suggestion. You should put a fur coat on when you play that. That's fun.
Yeah. Walking in like James Brown would. And I walk in, and then someone behind me comes and puts
I like it.
So that's what I did from 9 to 1. And it was so much fun. It was a great learning experience because it's the first time I ever DJ anything, right? Minus trivia nights, different animal. But I had no pressure because it was a good friend. And I love creating an opportunity. You know, sometimes you got to create your opportunities.
We've talked about this, Cannonball.
And the beautiful part about it is no one's expecting anything but music. So I could do that, and then now let's think of some ideas and just make something up and do it. So that was just an idea I had to do, you know, every 20 minutes or so. All right, so go now to the morning. We're setting up, and it's time. Everything's working, and we're on time here, so it's getting close to 9 o'clock. Here we go. I got to play some music. What do I play at 9 a.m. on a Saturday morning in a parking lot of a counseling center?
Are there any songs with Saturday morning in the song?
Sure. Yes, there are. But I didn't go that direct. I was like, what vibe do I go with? What do you think I went with?
I would have said...
What vibe, genre? You know, what did I go with?
I went with some corn. Are you ready?
Good morning, everybody.
Wake y'all up.
Yacht rock.
I don't know what that is.
You don't know what yacht rock is?
I feel like you're saying something that is almost dirty.
Let me
give me a demo.
Let me
is there a
I'm just going to pull
type
up a playlist that I made for that day.
Okay.
And
Can you name an
read
artist?
off, Bill Withers, Toto,
Don't know
Rupert Holmes, Pina Colada.
I do know that person.
Can't Fight the Feeling, REO Speedwagon, Dobie Gray, Drift Away, Rich Girl, anything by Daryl Hall, Toto, Seals and Crofts, the Doobie Brothers. Some of this is out. So what happens is you go to like the yacht rock playlist on Spotify. It's already built, sort of. Basically, it's radio.
Yeah.
You just pick a genre, and then Spotify will just feed you whatever. That
Sure.
Spotify feels it falls under that, but some of them are. Like The Police, I don't consider that yacht rock.
What was the age range of these folks out there?
Oh, well, I mean, there's kids.
Okay.
And then parents, grandparents, just generational.
I didn't know if it was like a lot of young people. You'd be like, baby shark.
No, not like
shark.
that.
Not that young.
I'll be doing that. No, that's probably even a little too young for the Palmer Home Kids Zone at the A Fair in May.
Yeah.
Some Elton John, Elvin Bishop, the Beach Boys.
What do you think they would have done if you would have led with corn?
Scared everyone away. But you see, America, Sister Golden Hair, by the band America.
Mm-hmm.
Just chill, kickback songs, a lot of Eagles stuff, Van Morrison, classic rock, yacht rock. And it was a hit. It was a chill vibe. And I would stop music for a second and be like, this is what it would be like if no music was here. And all you would hear is the generator for the damn, Italian ice truck, And
That's my sound.
So I got a lot of great feedback. They're like, it just made the day funner just to have some music in the background, but they also appreciated, the vibe that was like every once in a while, a few times each hour, we're hearing a host, someone speaking and spotlighting the event.
Yeah.
And telling people, the new people that are walking in, this is what we got going on here.
Yep.
And it worked.
So can I add something to this?
Go for it. I'm done.
Yeah. No, I want you to not be done.
I'm turning my mic
I
off.
want you to be done. Don't do that.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Oh no. What happened to
Hey,
it?
can you hear me?
No, come back. Come back. There you are.
All right,
No, I just want to add this to it because you're right. And I'm putting a star on what you're saying because you don't realize when you have melody in the background and you're subconsciously hearing it, you may be doing a lot of other things, having a conversation, paying attention to a ball game, whatever. You name 1,000 things.
Yeah.
But that music is seeping into your brain and you don't even realize it. I'm going to give you my examples. Just recently, I'm at Walmart in Hernando.
Okay.
They're playing some jamming freaking tunes at like 10:30 in the a.m. And I've run across an employee. I'm like, hey, who is responsible for y'all's playlist? Because y'all is jamming at 10 a.m. I love it. I'm fired up about shopping. Of course, the lady's laughing. She just, she's thinking, well, this guy's crazy. Yeah. But that's true. That's happening right now. They're playing some jam. We were in Ole Miss just past weekend. Went to a baseball game down there. Saw them get beat by Tennessee. Whatever. Orange sucks. And we're down there, and in between these moments, like what you're saying, they're throwing in some music, and I am hearing the music, but I'm kind of not paying attention, but I'm kind of still knowing what they're doing. And I'm looking around, and you see people mouthing the words.
Yeah.
You see people singing the song, even though it's only for like 25 seconds between something.
If you're playing iconic classic songs that we've been listening to for decades that were just really good, like the Pina Colada song, as we all call it.
Everybody's going to know it, young and old.
Everyone recognizes it. They're going to want to kind of, even if you don't sing, you're kind of humming along with it. But innately, as humans, our ears enjoy melody.
I agree.
That's the foundation.
I would say all species.
Doesn't matter the genre, the words, country. People can, country music has its own vibe and everything. But at the end of the day, it's those vocal melodies. When George Strait sings, it's that melody that attracts the ear.
Well, I think it's all animals, everything. In fact, I'm going to challenge you. Get you some playlist and get you a couple plants in different rooms. Play your music to the different plants. See which ones grow faster. I think it happens.
Well, they absolutely equate music to intelligence,
health,
and playing for unborn babies in the womb.
Yep.
Music, everything.
That's why I sing as often as I can at the house.
Music is mathematical, so it even trains that part of your brain.
It's mathematical? It's not algebraical.
Well, I mean, no, but it's in terms of how you...
Rhythm and beat.
Rhythm, beats, measures, notes. Mm-hmm. Each note has a value.
Yeah.
You have a whole note in a bar, or 2 quarter notes, or 2 half notes, 4 quarter notes, 8th notes, 16th notes, 32nd notes, all these fractions.
Yeah.
Real titles for notes and length of them and all that stuff.
I'm going to throw a suggestion out. People, these are free. I'm not charging anybody for this. I'm not charging. Mm-hmm. I should get a royalty, but I'm not. For those of you out there that work at a company that you're going to put people on hold, work on your hold music. A couple of times I'll get a good one that's got like a nice little up, down beat, and they've come back, and I'm like, hey, can you put me on hold for another 10 seconds because we were almost at the end of that song. And they'd be like, what is wrong with this guy? Because it was a good beat. But most of y'all have some horrible choices. Yeah. And I'm already having to be on hold. At least let me enjoy it.
I'll even take some cheesy elevator music. But some of that stuff is very robotic and just like, come on. It just
doesn't sound good at all, man.
But anyways, that's my update on Thrive.
Yeah. Hey, this is why I know I'm a disappointment to you.
Say that again?
I know why I'm a disappointment.
No.
Here's how.
No.
Yep. Here's how I know.
No.
Hello. Because when you said a whole bunch of names, and most people in music would know every person you just said, and I think I knew one. Doobie Brothers. We are yin and yang, y'all. We are truly yin and yang. Like, when it comes to the music world, I love you and all your music stuff, but I don't know any of it. Like, I couldn't do a metronome tomorrow and make it, but I can dance, but I don't need a metronome to dance.
Well, this is a perfect opportunity to talk about the second thing I wanted to talk about.
Hit it.
Are you aware of the band Kiss?
Oh, I do know them.
You know Kiss.
Mm-hmm.
What is there a song title that pops into your brain?
Hang on, stop. Let me think. Because I know if you played a song, I would know probably part of the words, but I'm trying to think of the titles because I don't know the names always. Did they do Girls? No, that was Motley Crue.
That was Motley Crue. Let me ask you a question. Would you ever want to party all night?
Oh, yeah, I would. When I was younger.
Rock and roll all night?
I would do that.
I did it wrong. It's rock and roll all night, party every day.
Rock and roll all night.
Yeah, so
and
iconic band.
Every day. I do know that song.
So I am playing in an event tonight.
Tonight?
A concert, if you will.
Are you serious?
Yes.
What day is this?
And I don't know why I have
April
not
16th,
brought this up to you, and it's already sold out.
Where at?
I don't know. At Lafayette's Music Room in Midtown Memphis.
Dang, no, I don't know anybody either.
So last year was the 50th.
One of those things. Hello there.
There it is. It was the 50th anniversary of Kiss's performance in Memphis at Lafayette's Music Room. When they were just first album, no one knew them, just playing clubs around the country. They played in Memphis at Lafayette's, a different location.
Yeah.
Same business.
Okay.
So in celebration of that last year, there's a core of our music community that are all the great players that can play anything, but also have leaders in there that are great at organizing events and shows. So they put together a show that dedicated nothing. It was all Kiss music with probably a total of 15 different musicians cycling through and changing lineups and different songs and featuring a different singer and then bringing up a different bass player, a different drummer all night. All the top musicians getting together.
You knew all these people, I guess, or no?
I do now because of the podcast. Oh. So I went to last year's show, and I'm friends with all these people now. I'm friends, like, legit. Last night, we had a rehearsal. I'm going to get to that, not to jump ahead, but I counted 11 people at that rehearsal last night that's been on your podcast. Been on my podcast.
Isn't that funny? I'm just relating because now the Motivate with Coach Camp thing, it's like my circles when I go out in the community. It's like, oh, I know that person that's been on my podcast, man.
It's great. So
it is wild.
I'm not trying to pat myself in the back here.
No, it's just
it has connected me and Jeff in ways that so blessed. Like,
putting the work in, man.
Never imagined in a million years the kind of connections it's made us, to the degree where honestly that's how I meet LaShawn, because I start playing with Elevation Memphis. I could go on and on and on and on.
Mm-hmm.
So over time, building these relationships and hanging out with my good buddy Jimmy Fulp, who's one of the top drummers that is a part of this. He's, in my opinion, when it comes to rock, the best drummer in town. And I'm fortunate to be friends with him and his wife because they live in Hernando. There's a mutual friend by the name of Paul Moreau. That's the important name, because he's one of those guys that knows how to organize and put together shows like this. He's really good at it. Like, he's got a talent in it, and he's also an incredible guitar player and plays in a bunch of different bands, and a huge Kiss fan. So I've become friends with him over time too. We meet at Windy City. There's a group of people that I see on a regular now that are part of the overall music community. So when they were planning the second one tonight, as we record this, Paul reached out to me and asked me if I wanted to be a part of it.
How long ago did this happen? What were you asking?
When he asked me, it was a couple months ago.
Oh, wow.
And,
that's the first time I'm hearing about it.
I know.
Pretty neat. That's cool.
I don't know why. I haven't talked about it. Anyways, sorry.
That's awesome, dude.
But
I'm happy for you.
So I'm tying this into just kind of nerding out and just talking about this experience, because I don't want to over exaggerate this, but at the end of the day, I am the new guy in a room with, and you can fight me on this, some of the best musicians in Memphis.
I'm not fighting you.
And
I believe you.
They all know each other 30 years. Memphis has this really cool history where these guys have been playing together in some way, all these different bands. Everybody knows each other for years. I don't.
Yeah.
I'm a few years in on some of these people, and I met people last night for the very first time and got to see how these musicians kind of integrate and communicate and gel together and work together and deal with a rehearsal that runs 2 hours late and this, that, and you get to see who can roll with the punches and who can't. And it was a trip, man. It was so wild. And I went in there with good headspace. Like, I'm just going to be fun. I'm going to be myself.
Just be Derrick.
Be Derrick. And they all know me. And it was pleasant. I had a good time. I rolled with the punches. Yeah, it went late. But it was fascinating. And then the opportunity to play with these people. So there's some musicians that I'm getting to finally play with and or if I'm not sharing the stage specifically, they're part of the overall show. My name is with their name on the billing.
Yeah.
On the flyer. That means so much to me.
That's pretty cool, man.
It is a big deal for me as a musician. For years and years and years of doing this, I've had plenty of gigs that paid great money. I did the casino thing. I've done a lot of things I'm very proud of. But to finally feel like you've broken in.
Yeah, you're one of the guys.
I've broken in.
And they probably all looked at you like, oh, that's Derrick over there.
It's just like,
oh, we know Derrick.
I'm rubbing shoulders with the top guys.
Yeah.
And
was Donnie Morris there?
And feeling no, I mean, he is a top guy.
He is a top guy.
Not all the top guys are a part of this.
Sure, I'm just curious.
Some people just don't even want to play Kiss.
DM is my guy.
Yeah, but man, and having the confidence that I'm bringing it. So I went to rehearsal last night. I have 4 songs that I'm playing.
Can you sneak me in?
Crushed it.
You think you can sneak me in the back? I'll put on an outfit. I got some tight leather pant breeches.
Man, I mean, we can see if they have. You might have to be sitting in the top. The balcony.
I'll bring my harmonica and pretend like I'm one of the performers
up there in the background.
I'm here for the rap rendition and the harmonica solo.
I promise you.
Yeah.
With the amped up PA system that they built for this show specifically, no one's going to hear your harmonica when the band's playing.
Oh.
It's going to be.
Well, that's why they got to be real
loud.
quiet. It's a solo.
It's going to be a big show, and they again going back to credit to Lafayette's, and then credit to the sound guy over there. His name's Thomas Halfacre. Just again, been in this community for decades. Everyone knows him. And he likes to have fun and play and do events. And none of these guys no one's making any money on this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? No one. No players. Paul, the leading this whole thing.
Is this like a benefit show?
No, it's just to have fun.
Oh, it's a show.
It's a show where all the great musicians want to have fun with each other and play Kiss music, and it sells out. And, it's
what do they do with the money?
Lafayette makes the money.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Point being,
Yeah, I was just curious.
is Thomas Halfacre made a massive KISS sign that's hanging up above the stage. It has lights on it, and it's like going to a damn KISS show. There's a big drum riser now. There's smoke, and there's it's wild.
I got a question.
mean, it's crazy.
Are you going to put on makeup, and are you going to wear high heels?
No.
You're not put on high heel boots?
No. And it's made very clear on the front end, do not worry about makeup.
Oh.
A few do because they're uber fans of KISS, and
Sure.
I'm not.
I can do your makeup. I feel like I'm losing on all
I
these.
think I'll pass on that.
Sorry.
I'll just put that red nose, red ball on my nose, and be a clown. But no, the far majority of these players, it's not about putting on a tribute show like we're pretending to be KISS.
Sure.
It's just a celebration of KISS, and it's just the rehearsal was fun, and yeah, we're getting to play it tonight. I'm playing Strutter.
Mm-hmm.
Let's put the X in sex.
Oh, I remember that one. Hey.
Room Service and Got to Choose.
Get to choose.
Those last two I'd never heard before in my life because I didn't grow up in KISS.
Yeah.
So I'm handed songs I've never even heard in my life, but drilled away. And
One last question.
yeah,
It may be more, but this is a question. Does the people from KISS, first of all, are they still alive?
yes,
And do they know about this? Have they ever been invited?
no, God no.
You should invite them. People should invite them.
No, Gene Simmons would want to sue us
He would?
for using the KISS sign.
He wouldn't like it.
Yeah, no,
Oh,
no.
that's weird. I thought imitation was the greatest form of flattery.
No.
Oh, okay.
don't
I
care.
won't make a phone call then. I was going to call him and invite
I
him.
mean, there's arguments of infringement on logo with
Interesting.
with what we're doing on the flyers and just the whole
Change
thing.
the color of one
You know,
letter
we're-
and it's fine.
We're using the KISS logo.
Okay.
That's a no-no.
Well, they're probably going to hear this. Gene Simmons is a big fan of
Sorry, Gene.
It's all right.
Yeah,
I'll tell him,
there's
chill
those
out.
things, but
Chill out,
we're under
Gene.
the radar. You know?
Okay.
But look, man, I apologize.
No,
My stories went long.
Why you apologize
Well,
for?
we did go long on the game show, which was fun. So and we're close to an hour. We can
No, actually, we're 9 minutes out from that because,
we started later.
yeah, we started later.
So okay, we got about. So it should be about
Close to
45
10
minutes
yeah, we got
total now. So yeah, we got 10 minutes. All right. So thank you for letting me riff on
I like it.
my two things here. So let's wrap this show up
First
with
of
you.
all, I think I like the fact that you're so geeked about it.
Oh, it's great.
More so than just the idea that you're playing, 'cause you've been playing for a long time, but the idea that you are thrilled about this opportunity, that makes me thrilled. You know, that's that moment of sharing each other's successes and wins. That's what I'm happy for.
Well, thank you.
Because you name a lot of stuff I don't know, but if you're happy, I'm happy. And that's true.
And thank you.
touched me.
And the emotion you're seeing emitted for me is genuine.
Oh, I believe
because,
that.
Again, I'm not trying to over glorify this stuff,
No.
but for me personally, as the lifelong musician I've been, tonight is just an epic opportunity.
It's a big deal.
Because to make it showcasing myself too.
And yeah.
In front of all the eyeballs, because all the musicians that aren't performing in the show, a good chunk of them will be there watching.
Mm-hmm.
And the whole thing.
Don't forget to throw a plug in about, hey, if you guys would like to be on the rhythm section, give me a call.
I wouldn't doubt if when I'm announced and brought up on the stage, every single time at any gig where I'm going to see friends play and they invite me up to jam a song, just to sit in, whatever, it's always, and he has a great podcast, Rhythm Section. They
Nice little plug.
they always give me a plug. They always give me a good shout out. They're all great people.
Yeah, and just so you guys know, the Rhythm Section is an official sponsor of the Motivate with Coach Camp podcast. Thank you. All right, so I do want to finish with something. It's
Yes,
very
please.
relatable.
Please.
It's relatable
Let's
with
go.
all the conversation we've just had.
Got it.
Breast
Let's
milk.
go.
All right, so now look, have you ever had breast milk?
That's such a wild question. No, I don't think my mom went that route.
I don't think you remember that we were.
No.
So, anyways,
I was bottle fed. I do know that.
It's so funny.
Let's put it that way.
All right.
I was bottle fed, not.
It could have come from the booby. They got those little suction cupper things.
I guess so. Yeah. Well, yeah. Good point.
I don't know
That's
if you
a
ever
good
did
point,
that
but
on your own booby.
No, my
but
mom
it
wasn't doing
really
that.
will suck a hickey on there. I'm just telling you, I did try that once. I did.
No, my mom was not doing that in 1978.
And not everything can get milked. I'm just letting you know. So they were wrong on Meet the Fockers. That is not fact.
Watch your language,
Oh,
sir.
Okay, that was.
Didn't need a sound bite for that.
It was just quiet. So here's the deal. It's interesting to me. People will drink cow's milk all day long. All right, cows sitting out in the field and hot. They poop on themselves all the time. I got a cow. I know all about it. They'll poop and walk right in it. And I'm like, what? Do you not know that you just walked on squishy ground? Can you not walk around it?
That sounds like a song title.
Weird.
Walking on squishy ground.
Yeah, and I just made it myself. I don't know. It's making a country song. And then goat's milk. People actually, that's pretty common in areas, goat's milk. And then now that they even... Now, I'm not talking about anybody, but people got lactose intolerance and stuff, so they got almond milk. They have other types of plant-based milk, which is not even real. I don't even know what they're doing. I don't even know how they get milk out of a plant. Plants don't have boobies, so I don't know how they're doing that, but I guess an almond does. I've never really paid attention to it.
I used to drink a lot of almond milk.
Yeah, so there are things.
I like almond milk.
So then it's funny to me, of all those things, and as a baby, you have no choice if that's the route your family goes, right? But when you get older, man, it's gross.
Yeah,
it's gross to think about. You're just like, hey, look, I'm kind of thirsty. You got a couple extra bottles,
and inappropriate.
It feels like it, but if it's a friend, close friend, you'd be like, you mind if I have one of those? I got some cereal, and I'm out of regular milk. So you're not going to do that.
No.
Now, recently, I was at a party. I say recently, it's been a few months, but it was a work party, not my work party. My wife's work party. Okay. And they were passing around a bottle of breast milk.
Why?
To see if people would take a shot of it.
What kind of party was this?
It was a Christmas party.
You said, oh yeah, Merry Christmas.
The holiest of parties.
Here's some breast milk.
Yeah.
I dare you to try it.
And it was happening. So I'm thinking about this. And then the whole time I'm like, is it weird that it makes a guy feel uncomfortable, but girls are perfectly fine with it? Because I guess not, because it's their thing. That's what they do. That's what they do with it.
I guess. But...
And then last week, breast milk came back around. Now this is different because this is at my work.
It's become a theme.
It's just funny because, and obviously you could walk through anywhere. You can be at a hotel lobby or on an airplane. Yeah. And, there are people that are just very comfortable with that, and it's just happening right there in front of everybody, which I got to be honest with you, I'm the guy that will look the other way immediately. Not because I'm embarrassed, really because I'm thinking about this. If that was my wife, which was so comfortable in the world, I would hope somebody wouldn't gawk at that. I would hope that. I would not. I don't. But conversation, if they're going to jump in on the conversation, I'm going to jump in on the conversation. So conversation is different. I will join in on the conversation. I'm
not surprised by that.
You shouldn't be. And so I'm sitting at the work table at my work at the college, and there are like 5 girls there. And I'm the only dude, which, by the way, I'm very comfortable being the only dude. I mean, I was the only guy cheerleader for a long time at Northwest.
That's true.
Just, it's natural for me.
You're not a shy, uncomfortable person.
I'm not in that respect. And one of the girls is late term, pregnancy, about to have the baby. And so they're talking about the ins and outs of breast milk, which dives into this deep thing. Because they're also, all these ladies are medical. So like they're paramedics and stuff. So they're all talking about the ins and outs of it. And they're just going on and on and on. And then like talking back and forth across, man, I'm like, wow.
Am I supposed to be here right now?
When you hear conversation at a forum, like a table, usually there's some yin and yang or some give and take. Somebody say something, somebody else asks something, whether you're relating to the story or you're just telling a personal moment. And I'm realizing the only angle I have is when I was a baby, I probably had me some breast milk.
Yeah. There's no other way for you to punch into this.
I can't really.
Did you do that?
No. Oh, but I was like, I tried to get a word in a couple times. And
that would have probably been inappropriate on a HR level.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, maybe Title 6 or 9 or 12, something. They got a bunch of titles out there. So the whole time they're just talking, and I'm like, I don't feel uncomfortable, but I also don't feel like I can join in.
Yeah.
So the whole time the breast milk circle was just happening.
Time, place, and people. Not at work. People that you might have been more comfortable with. At home.
If you're at a fire station.
Absolutely.
No holds bar.
But at work, in the classroom.
Yeah. I was like, well.
Students, right?
Yeah. So,
I can just see him going to HR now. So, Professor Coach Camp.
Yeah.
Really got inappropriate with us.
I was concerned about lactation. I'm a paramedic.
You're canceled.
Man, that's what's happening on that one. So I just had to share that because it was an awkwardly weird, funny moment for me. And rarely do I find myself so outnumbered in a conversation that I can't find an angle to even relate or have any piece back. So I said, you know what? I'm going to save all my comments for the Cannonball. Ciao.
Cannonball!
Let's go. Hey, man, we covered a lot of stuff.
Man, that was a good one. That felt good.
I can't wait to talk about these competitions that are out there on TV.
Yeah,
We'll talk about that
some
next
of the things
time.
we missed. And collectibles?
Yeah, we'll definitely hit on collectibles because I was thinking about pet rocks and stuff the other day. And, we'll hit on that a little deeper.
Yeah, so keep track of the notes for sure, Coach. So that way we can honor our promise that we were going to cover those topics. But
part of it's
today
got to be the surprise.
Today was a good flowing one, though. We really had a good time talking about those game shows.
Cha-ching.
And thanks for letting me kind of update my life.
I mean, I love Thrive. In fact, you've got big plans coming up with me that you don't know about yet.
But it feels good to be able to come here and share, catch you up as one of my best friends on my life because I know you care and just like I want to learn about your stuff.
Yep.
But then also to do it in front of an audience is fun.
That's true. So true. And you know what? People could also get some space dust. Galactic Subs, an official sponsor of the Motivate Coach Camp Show, just like Hagen Heating, Air, and Cooling. That's why I wore the shirt backwards. I was going to talk about.
But don't they have a promo code?
They do. Go to their website, Galactic Subs, and use the promo code Coach Camp, and you will get 15% off.
Do it. That's important.
That is very important.
That's important information to add there.
Yep, it is.
We need to add that to the script.
I think we should.
Also part of the script, go to motivatewithcoachcamp.com.
Very motivating.
Learn more about motivation.
Motivating people and find out where you can do this at, which is a studio, SRP Studios LLC.com.
Located right
here
in the heart of Hernando, Mississippi. Yes, and you can reach out to us. Please tell us how stupid we are.
Yes.
At cannonballinglife@gmail.com.
Wow.
Yes.
Good.
Hey, Facebook isn't always negative.
It's not. Sometimes you can go to a place and join a group that's actually known as Positive Voices.
Yes, link in the description. And, one last time, if you
want to drop us $1,
find it in your heart to support us, we have Venmo.
At
Motivate with Coach Camp.
Hey, great show, man.
Yeah, good. Love you, man.
Love you, bro.
Let's go.
Let's do this.
Let's get this
2025.